Good afternoon and welcome to a Tracker Q&A. So we went to Twitter and we asked you guys to give us some questions for our Q&A using the hashtag TrackerQA. And we're going to go through now and we're going to pick out some really interesting ones and answer them for you guys here now.
So if you asked a question and we didn't answer it, it may be because we've answered it in a previous Q&A video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a playlist of all of our previous Q&As. So if you wanted to look through those and maybe look at some older questions or maybe some questions that weren't answered in today's video, you can do that. So I'll put that in the description down below, but I'll also put it up in the corner. I never know which one. One of these corners, there's going to be an eye. If you want to click on it, that'll be a playlist for you to check out our other Q&As. So that way you can get to know us a little bit better as well.
Yeah. What do you guys say we get started?
I think that's a good idea. Should we do it?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, this first question is from...
I feel like I should do like some sort of hand movement before you say their name, like I'm ready to hear it.
Well, it's from Aaron Marshburn. Aaron says, my wife and I are headed to Disneyland in April. What are some must-do things at Disneyland that are not rides?
Oh, not rides.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start out with eat. Then I'm gonna also say...
Where though? Where would you eat?
Eat
like
everywhere.
My favorite... Some things that whenever we go to Disneyland, we always eat the same things. Like I have you noticed that?
Yeah.
So we always have to get a corn dog.
Right.
Delicious. We always have to go to Rancho del Zocalo.
Right.
Which is near Big Thunder.
Yep.
Then you can watch the train go by like as you're eating, which is delicious.
We always, usually like 9 times out of 10, we'll get a breakfast sandwich at Jolly Holiday.
Yeah, Jolly Holiday. Yeah.
And we always get the macaroon, even though it's not that good. It's just fun to have. It's a Matterhorn macaroon. It looks like the Matterhorn mountain, and you like...
I don't like it.
Take a picture of it next to the
Matterhorn
Matterhorn mountain.
I make us buy one every time so I can take that Instagram photo. Because I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't really like the macaroon.
Over in DCA, we liked Carthay Circle.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's obviously like a more expensive dinner. Yeah. But if you can fit it in, I think that you should do it.
Yeah.
And then, you should take the tour. There's the Carthay Circle tour at like 10:30 or something.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Free too.
Yeah. It's really I'll link. We took the tour and I'll link that video up in the corner so you guys can see it. But it was a really awesome tour and our tour guide was amazing. He just was like a super fan, you know?
Yeah.
Which was cool because he knew everything and he was very excited about it. So, but like what other than food?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
other
what
than
would you?
Food.
Because there are shows like I think you should watch the Frozen show.
Yeah.
I think you should watch Mickey's Magical Map.
Oh,
I think, or Mickey and the Magical Map. I think you should watch. Fantasmic is another one you should definitely watch.
Oh yeah, and the fireworks, and if you can get them in the parades, of course. Now we've got Paint the Night. They just announced a new float for Paint the Night featuring the Incredibles.
That's cool.
I think that there's maybe we're at a few rides. Like definitely some of the slower ones.
What would you not do? He's saying not rides.
Okay. Man, I really like rides. I don't know. Shows and food is pretty good. And then I think
maybe you can check out some of the hotels because the hotels are so close to the park. So if you want to go look at Grand Californian, which is beautiful, or if you want to go, and there's a lot of places to eat there and you don't have to be staying there to eat there. Also, the Disneyland Hotel is a cool place just to like, they have the little teacup chairs in the lobby and that's like a nice place to just get a quick photo. They have the monorail slide at the pool, which is like, you can't go in the pool if you're not staying there, but I think walking by and getting a picture of that slide is something that like I always do.
And Trader Sam's is there too.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of stuff.
Basically, we're just like, go eat stuff.
Yeah. Okay, the next question is from James Courtnage. And they say, have you ever been to any UK theme parks? And that's a funny story. So we tried, or we thought we were going to go to a UK theme park.
This is before we knew that you had to plan your vacation out before you went across the pond to another country.
Yeah. So we thought, being Floridians and knowing that the Florida parks are open year-round, because it doesn't get cold here, we're like, let's go in February. They're closed.
So they actually opened the week after we went home, which was a huge bummer because we really wanted to go to like Thorpe Park and Alton Towers. We did some other stuff. We went to the Eden Project, which was really cool. It was like biodomes, very neat. We went to just some other places around the town that we were in. saw some castles.
Yeah.
So we did some cool stuff, but we didn't get to go to any of the theme parks.
We still had a great time. And we can link some of those videos up in the corner too, or down in the description, because I have a feeling we're gonna run out of corner link ability.
Yeah, I'll put them in both places for you guys.
So, yeah.
Jackie asks, what did you both want to be when you grew up?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think we've sort of answered this one before, but I don't think I answered it. I think you answered it.
Right.
So what did you want to be?
I wanted to be a marine biologist. I love the ocean. I love the water. I went to sea camp when I was a teenager, like 12 or 13 or something like that. It was amazing.
What did you do?
Oh man, so sea camp was really cool. You got to go and you go snorkeling. You got to see fish, anemones, jellyfish. You get to collect samples and see them up close.
Do you do like scientific stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only problem was I wear contacts because I'm really blind, and I didn't have contacts yet. I was wearing glasses, so I couldn't really see what I was doing. You got to take your glasses off to put the mask on.
Oh.
And so I didn't really ever get to see any of the stuff.
That's a bummer. I bet it was expensive.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was down in the Keys. I think it was down in Isla Morada.
Dang, it sounds awesome.
So what did you want to be?
Sorry, I was going to answer the next one. I actually, originally, I wanted to be a lawyer when I was a little kid because my parents were always like, you argue with us so much, you should be a lawyer. So in my mind, I was like, oh, that's a compliment. I should be a lawyer one day. And then I grew up and realized that that's really not a compliment. So, and then when I actually was in school and I was like going for my degree or whatever, I was a history major and I wanted to minor in education. I wanted to be a history teacher because my history teacher in high school was like a huge inspiration to me. She was like a very wonderful teacher. I can't remember her name now though, which stinks.
Oh.
I can picture her, but I cannot remember her name for the life of me. But she was a fantastic history teacher and she really liked what she did and it made me like it. In turn, it made me very excited about it. So, and it's something that I'm still excited about today. However, I am kind of happy that I did not become a history teacher.
Right.
Because I just don't know if that's something that I would have truly been good at.
Oh yeah?
But I'm interested in history. Like just because I'm interested in something doesn't mean I should teach that thing. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, so that's what we wanted to be when we grew up.
Drew asks, do the theme parks ever get boring because you guys live there and go to them so much, or is it still just as exciting every time you go? Theme parks are really exciting, no matter what. I've never had a bad time at a theme park.
We've been getting this question a lot recently, and I think that the reason why it's so exciting is because there's something new every single day. They are constantly trying to get you to come back. That's the point of the theme parks, is it's not just like a one and done, like, oh, I've been there, I'm never going back, I've done it all. They want to give you something new every time so that you continue to go, or so that you're enticed to buy an annual pass.
Right.
And so I think they do a good job with that. Like there's always a new character, a new dining experience, a new parade float, a new, ride or something being featured, if that makes sense. So I don't know how it could get boring, to be honest.
And there's still stuff that we haven't done at some of the parks.
I know, we were talking about it in, what was it, the Hollywood Studios video, and you said, I've never seen the Beauty and the Beast live stage show. And people were like, what? Like, what do you mean? But you go all the time, you've never seen it. And I think that that's part of the beauty of it, is that there's a lot of stuff that we have not done yet.
Right.
And it's kind of nuts to think about.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I totally agree with you. I don't think it gets boring. And if it was boring, I don't think we would do it.
Right.
You know, like who wants to do a boring thing?
Right. The other thing that's exciting to me is I have a construction background. And so since they're building all of these new areas, it's really exciting for me to go and see like, oh, they're building it this way. They're doing this. This is like the internal structure of it excites me.
I thought it was really funny when I was editing, I think it was the Hollywood Studios blog, but you were like, they're going vertical. Like,
yeah.
You were so excited that there were pieces of the building that were above the fence that you could see. And I just don't know that other people walking by are gonna have that same excitement.
Right.
And I think that that's what's cool about vlogging, is that everybody has a different background. Everybody has different things they're passionate about. And so that's why he is passionate about everything going vertical.
Yeah.
KNL Vlog asks, with the recent rise in ticket prices, do you feel this will deter people from going to Walt Disney World?
Ooh, so here's the interesting thing about that, is that that's Walt Disney's plan. Which is like Walt Disney World's plan is to raise prices so that not as many people are coming, so it's a more enjoyable experience.
Okay, listen, I understand that. But also, why don't you just limit the ticket amount? Like, why don't you just limit the amount of people that you allow in the park? And I know it's a business, I get it, they want to make money, But also, they should just limit the amount of people that are allowed in the park at any given time.
Because that is an aggravation that the guest will experience. They want to limit the aggravation.
I know that, but what I'm saying is that Disney, I get what they want it. They want it to be the person's choice. We're not telling you can't go to Disney. We're not telling you can't come in, which is what they would be saying with the limited amount of people in the park. I get it. They want the people to make the choice of, well, I just can't afford to go to Disney anymore, so I'm not going to go.
Right.
So that person that can afford it is going to have a better time, which to me is extremely unfair.
Right.
Like, I don't like that idea. I'm not a fan of that.
Right.
As a person who is a pass holder that can go frequently, is it nice to go to a park that is less crowded? Absolutely. That is absolutely wonderful. But I don't think that it should be because somebody else can't go. Right. It's a gray area, and it's a really weird thing to talk about, but it's also upsetting. Right. Like, it upsets me. Here's the dream. I think they should, and this will never happen, keep the prices low and build another park. We should have 5 parks. I think they are going to build 5 parks, but I think they are going to keep hiking the prices up. Yeah. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. They're probably using this money. What I think they're using this money for is, you know how Disney gave the $1,000 bonus to everybody after Universal did it? Oh, yeah. And they did it in such a weird way. They were like, we're going to give you $500 now, and then we'll give you $500 later. Because they didn't have the money, I don't think. So I think this price increase is to pay for the bonuses. Oh. That's what I think. I didn't know they split it up like that. Yeah, I read it. Somebody who works at Disney tweeted it out, and I saw it in my timeline, and I was like, that's kind of strange the way that Disney is. Yeah, so I think it's Disney trying to save face. Yeah, but definitely. Also being insanely greedy. Yeah. And I understand that that's just the nature of the game, and it stinks. And so the only thing that I can say is that I am happy that we are allowed to kind of show you our day in the parks, so that if you can't make it there, if you can't go, if it's just not in the cards for you, you can still enjoy Disney magic. Right. You know, and you can do that other ways too, you know, by watching Disney movies or by watching those old like vacation videos that Disney used to mail out, like that kind of stuff. But I think that vlogging is a way to kind of keep the magic going when eventually Disney's going to make it very hard for the magic to be in some people's lives, which stinks. Yeah. So, boo, I know that was kind of a downer question. Should we answer? No. I love Disney. I do love Disney, but I do think that it's slightly greedy. I wish that there was a way to do it so that Disney could just like have one day where they have a contest and they give away free entry to everybody that goes to the park that day. They would never. They would never do that. But I think it would be amazing if that could happen. I mean, yeah, that would be awesome, but I wouldn't hold your breath. You know what we need to do? We need to get Bill Gates like really into Disney and be like, Bill. Well, he's doing real work though. Like he's doing real stuff. He's like curing malaria. Yeah, well, you keep doing that, Bill. These are the kind of questions that I'm living for. And I also want to say, Emma, I really enjoy your username. What is it? It's My Emical Romance. Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's fun. They ask, if you could only quote one Vine for the rest of your life, what Vine would you choose? I feel like I don't want to answer this because you'll think I'm morbid. Oh, yeah. I think that what I would do is maybe, you guys know I like to sing, right? I think Do you know that? Is that I sing so much in the vlogs. Okay. Come on, I like a theme park, kids, I'm walking through the street. You guys know that I'm auditioning for American Idol. One time there was an American Idol booth at downtown Disney and I was like, I'm a really bad singer, but I kind of want to do it. Did you? You should have. No, because I feel like I'm just wasting the producer's time at that point. I think some people that are on the show are wasting their time. Yeah, but I don't know. There are things that I'm like, ooh, but then I'm like, all right, somebody else should do that. What's the Vine that you want to? A potato flew around my room before you came. Yeah, that's good. That is a good one. Right? That is a good one. That's good. And then they're like, ah, because the potato goes so fast. I think for me, it's hard, right? This is a hard question. Well, it's not hard because I know which one I would do, but I feel like it's so morbid that people would be like, what? Yeah. So you know the very first Vine that I ever saw that ever made me feel like, what is Vine? Like that made me want to like look further into Vine because I was like, how is this a thing? You know the Vine of the kid who is climbing up a power pole and he touches the power line and like he really touches the power line. And then he goes, oh, he did. That's the Vine that I quote all the time.
And it's not that you're quoting it because the guy died.
No, I don't know what, it's like, it just goes with everything. It's like,
yeah.
I really feel like that guy died.
I hope he didn't.
I would like a Vine compilation that shows me what happened to these people after the Vine.
Like, we should start another Vine.
Like, where are they now?
Call it The Next 7 Seconds. It's a documentary.
Ooh! Don't steal our idea.
Don't steal it.
But like, good. There's a Vine of two of the girls like sliding down the banister, and the girl's like, don't fall, don't fall, and then she falls backwards down like this high-looking like stairway.
Yeah, the stairwell. Yeah.
I want to know like what happened to that girl.
Right.
I want to know what happened to the kid that touched the power line. There's so many things that there's one Vine where a guy is like filming people and they shoot like a bottle rocket at him.
Oh yeah.
Or like a Nerf football. It's some kind of like, something is
it's like a Nerf dart.
But it's like rocketed at him very fast and he's like, and it just hits him. I want to know like, what happened to that guy?
I want to know what happened to, what is it? It's like, Kevin, you're going to get in trouble.
Oh.
Kevin, stop it.
His name isn't Kevin though. What is it?
I don't know. But he's like just walking around just like kicking his feet and then he's being arrested by the police.
Yeah, like, what, did he go to jail? What was he arrested for? Kicking his feet?
Right?
I don't know. Another one that we do quote a lot that's not as morbid is when the guy drops his croissant. Or he could have dropped his croissant.
Could have dropped his croissant.
Epcot Ball is another good one.
That's a good one for Disney because it's like, who's the most beautiful girl in school?
Epcot.
The Epcot Ball.
But we love our Vines over here. We're a big Vine family.
Yeah.
What if one day there's like virtual reality, like VR Vines, like you can be in the Vine?
VRV?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We're just coming up with like $1,000 million ideas today.
VRV.com. That's like, it's to play on BRB.
I think.
Right?
Oh yeah, BRB. Tony asks, where is the best place to watch fireworks without a Disney ticket?
Oh, good question. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So one requires another kind of ticket, the Orlando Eye. You can see them from up there.
I don't think
that's hard to plan out.
I don't think that's the best place, honestly, because it's so far away.
Okay.
I don't think it's not worth the price. If you're solely going to watch the fireworks from the top of the eye, it's not worth the price because they're too far to see.
Next spot is Polynesian Beach. That's good.
Now with that, we get this question a lot. People ask, how do you park there? And what you have to do is you have to park at the Transportation and Ticket Center and either walk over or monorail over.
Yeah, and if you have a lot of time, you can park at Disney Springs, wait for a bus, catch a bus, take a bus over to Polynesian, then go watch. But that takes, you've got to like plan out an extra hour and a half.
I would just park at the TTC because it's right there.
Yeah,
it makes sense, and that's not going to fill up.
Right, but going back to it,
oh, but you have to pay,
just raised the price.
To park there. Oh.
With ticket prices, they raised the price of parking to $22.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
So where can you watch for free?
I think that the best way is to take the bus from Disney Springs.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Then I think that's about it. Like you can watch it from the Contemporary parking lot.
Here's what I will say. You guys, if you have any better suggestions, which you might, because I'm sure that this is something that a lot of people try to do, please let us know in the comments down below, because that's something that, the thing about these Q&As is that sometimes we might not have the best answer because we're pass holders, we're locals, so we're not going to be thinking about things exactly the same way as somebody who's coming for like a 1-week trip or a few day trip or whatever.
Right.
So definitely leave a comment down below if you have a better suggestion.
Yeah. And I will tell you this, Walt Disney World is entirely different than Disneyland because Disneyland is in the middle of a city. You can stand outside on Harbor Boulevard and see the Disneyland fireworks. But Disney World is expansive.
Right.
And so there's nowhere that's public near Magic Kingdom that you could just like park on the side of the road and watch.
There was one time that we were playing golf. We were at either Winter Summerland or
we were at Fantasia Gardens.
Were we at Fantasia?
Yeah.
And so we had to pay to play golf, but it was pretty like fairly priced, and we could see the fireworks while we were golfing. Right. Which was kind of cool. It was like a little mini putt-putt place.
Yeah, those were Epcot fireworks.
Oh, okay. So there are definitely places around Disney that you can see the fireworks just kind of like in passing. Yeah. It might not be the best view.
Yeah, and if you don't mind being kind of far away, you can see Epcot fireworks and Hollywood Studios fireworks from Disney Springs out on the waterfront. Oh. Not the best view because it's blocked by some trees and stuff like that, but you can see them kind of like over
Yeah.
Rob Jenkins asks, did you always know / want to be vlogging about Disney, or did it just come along as a happy coincidence? That came along as a happy coincidence. Like,
Yeah.
we've always enjoyed Disney, but we didn't have annual passes at first. And so it would be kind of like few and far between that we would go. And then one day we bought our annual passes.
Well, yeah. It was actually, it was funny because we both grew up with Disney. I think a lot of people, we've said this a million times, but when you live in Florida, when you're a native Floridian, somebody in your family works for Disney.
Right.
There is somebody that can get you into Disney.
Right.
And so that's kind of, and back in the day, it was so much easier to just walk up with your pass and be like, I'm letting them in.
Right.
Whereas now you really can't do that. So I think that it was such a part of our lives that it only made sense that it would be a part of our like vlogging life, like a part of our YouTube life.
Right.
But at first, yeah, we were just doing like regular daily vlogs. And then we went to Disney one day and we're like, this is so fun. Like,
Yeah.
and we have it forever. And we'll link that first Disney vlog like up in the corner so you guys can see how terrible it was.
Oh.
But it's neat that we can go back and see it. And
Yeah.
I also think it's really neat to see the changes.
Oh yeah.
So I think that it was definitely a happy coincidence, and I'm very, very happy that it happened.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Only suitable for the happiest place on earth.
Will asks, over spring break, I'm taking the family to Disney, which that's exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool,
soon.
yeah. Disney, Legoland, SeaWorld. What would it take for us to get a picture with our favorite Disney princess, Tim?
Oh.
And so we left this one in because we do get this question a lot. We get it very, very frequently is, can you meet me so I can take a picture with you? Can you meet me for dinner? Can you come to the park and show me around? Those kind of things. And because we get this question so frequently, there's just no way that we'd be able to go meet everybody.
Right.
And because we can't meet everybody, I really think that it would be super unfair for the people that we would have to say no to, like if we were busy or if we were,
Right.
you know, if we just weren't able to do it. So unfortunately, we can't do specific meetups with individuals, but what we can do is if you see us in the park, and we're there very, very frequently, whether it's, you know, Disney, Universal, SeaWorld, Busch Gardens, like we're at a lot of different parks, and I know that a lot of your guys' vacations kind of span all the different parks. So that's definitely a place where you can see us, is in the theme parks.
Oh, yeah.
If you see that we're there, if we've tweeted about it, which we definitely try to do that, just be on the lookout. And if you see us, say hey.
Yeah.
We do love that. It's just hard to plan meetups.
Oh yeah.
And I hope you guys understand, it's not that we don't want to, it's just difficult. It really is.
Also, if you guys meet us in the park, one of my favorite things to have people do is the outro for the videos.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes we'll get 2 or 3 people to do the outro in the same day, and we'll just spread it out over the next few days. So
Yeah.
even if I've already had somebody record the outro and you want to do it, I'll still record your outro and we'll just put it in a different video.
Yeah.
Jazz asks, how do you all keep such a strong relationship, and what love advice do you have?
Ooh.
It's a good question. I think that we have definitely gotten to know each other very well over the course of our relationship. And
Well, we've been together for a long time. So we started dating in what, 2004?
yeah.
So here's another, we've answered this question a few times, but this also just gives a little bit of insight into our relationship, is that we stared out as roommates. So
They were roommates.
that's one that we quote a lot too. How did I never put that together?
I don't know.
They were roommates.
That's us.
But so I came home from college and I didn't have like a room in my parents' house anymore. So I was like, I talked to some of my friends, like, does anybody know, like, does anybody need a roommate? Is anybody looking for an apartment? And so Tim, because we were friends in high school, we had like mutual friends. Tim was like, yeah, I live in this condo and I have 2 extra rooms and you can rent one. And I was like, okay, cool. So, and then we just never moved out.
Yeah.
That was how our relationship started, I think.
Yeah.
So
And I think it helps that we have the same sense of humor, like you just saw with me
Yeah.
saying, and they were roommates.
it's funny too, because like, I think that vlogging has made our relationship super strong, which
Oh,
I know
yeah.
this probably sounds crazy, but people ask, we got a comment recently that was like, why do you vlog every day? Like, don't you find that it could be boring to put a video out every day? And it really struck me as odd, because I don't look at it from that point of view. I look at it from the standpoint of the person putting the video out, and
Right.
the person who's, we're like trying to find fun new stuff to film every day. I think it's a challenge. I think that's what it is the challenging aspect of it. The what's new? What can we show? Oh, there's this new thing at Animal Kingdom. They're doing this new dance party. We have to go see it. Or, you know, oh, there's Legos at Lou Garden and this is something new. We have to go check it out. Yeah. And I think that that has made our relationship stronger because we're constantly doing stuff together every day.
Right.
Like for some people that might be a bad thing though. Like I could see how being with your significant other like 24 hours a day might not be a good thing. But for us, I think it's great, honestly. Like, and I don't know, what do you think?
I think so too. And I think that one of the other things about vlogging is that we've been able to see each other's nuances.
Oh, okay,
and be able to build off of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's one thing that has made us stronger for sure.
It definitely has helped our communication, I think, because we're not, although sometimes we do kind of talk over each other and we do kind of like interrupt and all that, for the most part, it's really helped us to like communicate more fluidly. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah. Like, it's such a strange question to answer because I don't know what our relationship would have been like if we hadn't been vlogging, because we've been vlogging for like the majority of our relationship.
Right.
Like how long were we together before we started the channel?
2004 to 2009.
So we were together for 5 years. We weren't married yet.
Right.
We got married in our 7th year of dating. So, and I think that's another thing that really made our relationship stronger was not getting married right away.
Yeah.
Because we probably could have. I think a lot of people, because we lived together for the entirety of our relationship and because we had already been together for years, you know?
Right.
I think a lot of people were like, why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? Why aren't you married? And I think that waiting was good.
Yeah, well,
for us, not for everybody. I don't mean to say like you should wait to get married. You should do whatever you feel like you should do. But for us, waiting, I think, really helped to strengthen our relationship.
Yeah, and there's a lot of backstory that we won't get into, but we've been through a lot of stuff together. Like throughout our lives, we have been through a lot, and I think that that's a thing that has bonded us together.
Well, just to touch on that for just a split second, so that because that sounds kind of strange. Like, what happened to you? My mother passed away like as soon as we started dating.
Right. Like
within the first year and a half of our relationship, my mom died, and so I think going through that with Tim and with his family was something that bonded us forever.
Right.
Like, I don't think that anything will ever be too hard for us to go through because we went through that together.
Right.
And because it was something like I don't want to get emotional. I feel like I'm gonna cry. But like just the fact that he was there, and we weren't together that long.
Right.
And I think that that's something like I had friends that I had been friends with for decades that weren't there. And the fact that he was just really telling, I think, for me. I think I knew immediately that we were gonna get married, you know, that he was the one for me. I don't know, did you feel that way?
Oh, I'm sorry.
But did you feel that way? Like, did you get that same feeling? So then why did it take 7 years to get married?
We had to build our relationship.
I'm just kidding.
Grace Kelly asks, how is the rock garden after the hurricane? Keep forgetting to ask. Also, you guys bought a special
Celebration of Harry Potter.
Oh, Celebration of Harry Potter. Sorry, there was an acronym, and I was like, what is this? Celebration of Harry Potter wand last year, but I don't think you guys ever showed it once you got it. Did you guys receive it?
I think we showed it for like a split second in a home vlog, but I honestly don't remember. So I grabbed it so that we could show you. Here it is. Sorry, I don't know how to work this. I need to be farther away.
I think you're good.
But it's honestly the wand for this year was cooler and it was $10 cheaper. So I'm not really sure that we should have bought this wand.
Right.
We've never taken it to the park because it was like a limited edition one. I was like afraid to take it to the park.
Because if you mess up the end, and we're gonna spoil a little bit of magic here, but if you mess up the end, it doesn't work on the interactive windows.
Oh, right.
And if that happens to your regular wand, you can take it to the shop and be like, my wand doesn't seem to be performing magic any longer. And they'll be like, let our wandsmiths take a look at it. And they'll take it back and
they'll fix it. Yeah.
But I don't think they could fix this one.
Well, because this is a special one. Yeah. So here's the wand though. And it's cool, but I would say that this year's wand was way cooler.
Oh yeah.
And I think this was $70.
I think so.
Which is a lot of money. I kind of wish that we hadn't spent $70 on this.
It took like 6 months to get, and then this year they're just like, here you go.
Yeah, you can just take it home
right away.
Yeah, so kind of a bummer, but it was an experience. And then the rock garden is doing well.
Yeah.
We have a lot of rocks in there. And what I was thinking about doing was, so we're going to do some landscaping in the backyard. Nothing crazy, just we're going to do it on our own kind of a thing. But I wanted to dig out one of the little troughs next to the stairs by the pool, which is where the rock garden is. And I wanted to make that only rocks from the rock garden, not the rocks that we had there previously.
It was like white, just plain old rocks.
Yeah. But yeah, so here's what it looks like, so you guys can have an idea of like what it looks like now and all these cool rocks that we have. And we have some like fun, just magnetic rocks, some rocks that you guys have written your names on. We have some rocks that you guys took from like areas around your favorite places, which we thought was really cool.
There's a couple of shells in here.
Yeah, but we really appreciate you guys sending them over, and you guys are a part of our yard, which is pretty awesome, so thank you.
Megan coming in strong with the real questions again.
Megan gets it. We asked you guys to send us like unique questions that we've never answered before, and this is one of them.
Right? So Megan asks, is a hot dog a sandwich?
I think it is.
I think it's a hoagie.
Is it because it's on like a bun, a roll?
Is a hoagie a sandwich? Because they call them hoagie sandwiches, right?
Yeah, then a hot dog is a sandwich.
So a hot dog is a sandwich.
It's like a tubular meat sandwich.
Oh, tube steak.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, that's a hot dog.
Is a tube steak a hot dog?
Yeah.
Are you lying?
No, right? Leave me a comment down below. Is a tube steak a hot dog?
I'm Googling
Tracker Q&A.
It is a hot dog. Oh, I did not know that. What?
Yeah. I think it's like a funny way to talk about hot dogs.
I guess it sounds more like bougie. You're like, oh, I'm gonna have some tube steak sandwiches.
Well, I think that's the you're like making fun. Ooh, tube steak sandwich. I like that. You're making fun of a hot dog because it's not really fancy.
That's really funny, Megan. Thank you for sending this question in, because now we know like a slang term for a hot dog.
Yeah.
And now you guys know it too.
Hot dog sandwich.
So what's a corn dog?
What if that's like a hot pocket, right?
I don't know.
What's a hot pocket? Is that a sandwich?
Leave us a comment down below and tell us what a corn dog is.
It's like a meat pastry.
But it's like a tubular meat
pastry.
But it's not a pastry, is it?
What's the definition of a pastry?
Oh,
Does a pastry have to be sweet? No, because like a pasty is a pastry, right?
I don't know. Megan, you opened a whole can of worms over here.
Right? And what do you do? What is it? Is if you cut up the hot dog and put it between two pieces of bread? That's a hot dog sandwich, right?
That sounds terrible, though.
It is terrible.
Have you done it? That's bologna. Isn't that bologna? Bologna, a hot dog is a bologna rolled up. It's like a bologna that you were just like, oh, here's a bologna.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's the same meat.
I don't know. But I'm going, like, that's a hot dog sandwich, so a hot dog can't be a sandwich. A hot dog is the meat. And the hot dog bun makes it a hot dog sandwich at that point.
Yeah, but you're not saying like, oh, I'm gonna have a turkey. Like, turkey is the meat.
Yeah.
It's a turkey sandwich.
Yeah. You're having a turkey sandwich. If you ate turkey by itself, you're eating turkey. So when you're eating a hot dog by itself, that's the hot dog. When you put it between buns, that's a hot dog sandwich.
But I think you're getting a little too...
I'm not calling it a hot dog anymore. I'm going to call it a hot dog sandwich.
Okay. Just want to make sure that everybody knows what you're eating.
Yeah, I don't want just the meat. I want it in a bun.
I used to just eat hot dogs when I was a kid.
Yeah, see?
Like, and we didn't even heat them up. We just ate hot dogs out of the bag.
All like drippy?
Yeah. That's just how I grew up. My parents were like, you want to eat something? You're going to get a hot dog sandwich without the sandwich.
Cold hot dog, no sandwich.
I used to love them. I used to love cold hot dogs. This next one is from Shannon Michelle, and she asks, what are you listening to?
Oh, currently?
Yeah, like you always listen to Pandora. What's your Pandora station?
So yesterday I started out listening to Ben Folds.
Oh, okay.
And then I switched over to 90s alternative because I was like, maybe I'll see.
Isn't that Ben Folds?
Yeah, but I was listening to a Ben Folds CD.
Oh, I see.
Like
okay.
Just Ben Folds 5 songs.
Gotcha.
Not 5 Ben Folds songs. Ben Folds 5 songs. And then I switched over to 90s alternative, and it was like, I like alternative music from the 90s because that's like what I grew up with, but I wasn't feeling the radio station.
Here's what he really listens to, because he's not answering this question truthfully. He really listens to Beach Boys and Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, well, no, that was last week.
But
I changed it up.
Oh, okay.
Change it up all the time.
He listened to like 3 things.
Yeah, sometimes I listen to reggae. Listen to like Toots and the Maytals?
I think for me, what I like to listen to, I like to listen to those like lo-fi and chill things on YouTube. I'm sure you've seen them where it's like a live playlist. So I'll play that while I'm editing. For whatever reason, it really helps for me to have noise in this ear when I'm editing. Like, I don't know why. It's not, if I have it on this side, I can't edit. But if I have it on this side, it helps me edit. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know.
That sounds like a science thing.
Well,
right?
I think one side is for one thing. Like, one side is for listening to voices, and one side is for listening to, like, music, I guess.
This is interesting.
Yeah, so I always listen to the lo-fi and, like, chill stations. Or I will play, like, a Post Malone station on Amazon. Or I had a Spice Girls station playing on Amazon.
They always say congratulations.
But that's what I've been listening to.
To vacation.
Yeah.
I know me some Posty.
That video has like 500 million views.
Everybody
knows it. Like,
well, call us up, Post Malone. If you're ever going to Disney, we'll show you around.
Could you imagine?
What, Post Malone at Disney?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's been.
Do you think he goes to Disneyland?
He lives out in California, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Why not? Seminole Vaders asks, what are your favorite souvenirs when traveling? Also, do you collect pressed pennies? We do not collect pressed pennies.
No.
There are just too many of them, and we would lose them.
Yeah, yeah. They're cool. I do like seeing the machines, and we like showing them to you guys because I know a lot of you guys are into the pennies, but we don't collect them.
We like to collect usable things. So the You Are Here mugs are the biggest things that we try to get whenever we go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like when we went to Branson, I was searching everywhere for a Missouri You Are Here mug.
Oh yeah, we spent our last day there really trying to find this mug, and nobody had one.
Went to like 5 Starbucks.
We were sad.
And none of them were official Starbucks, apparently.
No.
They're like branches of Starbucks.
But it was cool to see the town. Like it gave us the chance to kind of explore the town, and it was very like fun to see everything and really quaint, and it was just really like hometowny, and so that was neat.
Yeah. But
I think the You Are Here mugs are definitely the thing that we collect.
Yeah.
Michelle asks, when you spend the day away from home, who watches Bandit? How often does he need to go out? We love watching you, and I got my dad addicted. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
So when we're both away from home, we do have a dog sitter that comes and lets Bandit out, or we'll stay with him depending on like how long we're going to be gone. She's fantastic. It's really, really been honestly a blessing to find somebody that can help us out in that way. And somebody who's just really great with animals and really loves Bandit like we love Bandit. And she also has a dog, and she'll bring him like with her to play with Bandit, which is really nice because Bandit has like a friend, and he gets really excited, and it's just nice to see him like happy, you know. And so I know that when we're away, he's being taken care of in a really good way. So that's what we do. We do have a dog sitter. Now, with that being said, it's pricey. It can cost a lot of money to do that, you know, like a few times a week. And that's not something that's really like in the budget for us, unfortunately. So I'll just stay home. Like if it's something that we can't afford to hire the sitter to come, I'll stay home with Bandit, which is why I'm not in a lot of the vlogs. And I know a lot of people are like, you know, do you really have to stay with him every time? And I do. He because he has colon cancer and because he's on certain medications, it causes him to have infections like in his kidneys, in his bladder, in his, you know, he'll get like a UTI all the time. And so I'm not going to like make him stay here and not be able to go to the bathroom. Because there are times where, depending on how severe his flare-ups are, he might have to go to the bathroom every hour. Right now, he's at a point where he's, you know, like 4 or 5 hours is kind of like the window that we have right now, but that can change pretty frequently, and it has changed, and it kind of fluctuates. So there are times where I can go to the parks more, and then there are weeks where I can't go at all. It's definitely been hard, but I honestly wouldn't have it any other way. Like I wouldn't not do these things, if that makes sense. Like I don't mind doing these things. It can be tough, but it's definitely worth it so that Bandit is comfortable and happy and all of that good stuff. So
our buddy Roy from Roy Meets World asks, is there a standout humbling moment from an interaction with a viewer or an experience in the parks that made you overwhelmingly grateful?
I think for me, the one that stands out the most to me is the very first time that it happened.
Oh yeah.
And it was just surreal. It was really like, I don't remember even what year it was. We had been vlogging for a couple of years.
Yeah.
We were at Universal. We were waiting for a parade. I don't remember which parade. Maybe Christmas?
Maybe, yeah.
There was some parade, and somebody just from behind us said, "Are you the Tim Tracker?" And it was really cool. It was Stuart Chapman and his family, and I'll never forget it.
Oh yeah.
It was just a really cool experience. It was him, his wife, and his kids, and we rode Earthquake with them, or Disaster.
Yeah.
What is it? Disaster?
Yeah, it was Disaster.
We rode that with them. That was really cool. And that was the very first time that it ever happened, and it was just a really neat experience to have somebody watch your videos they were from England, so to have them watch the videos and then plan a trip and then meet them at Universal, it was just a really cool experience. And I think something very recently that was honestly just one of the coolest things that has ever happened was we were at Universal. We were in City Walk. We were walking to, I think, Studios from Islands, and Marie came up to us, and Marie actually did our outro the other day.
From Epcot.
Yeah, from Epcot. And so Marie, she also has a YouTube channel. It's The Daily Swift. And so she loves Taylor Swift and she loves Tim Tracker. And I just thought it was really neat to meet her. And she had a bunch of t-shirts in her backpack. And she's like, I carry these around so that if I ever see you, I can have you sign them. And we signed all of her t-shirts, and we met her and her dad. And we got to be in a little bit of her vlog, which was really cool. She even started a Tim Tracker fan Instagram account, so that was really neat. I think what it was that was the neatest was just realizing you never really see that. You hear people say things like, we love your videos, and it's it's cool to be able to see this stuff before we go to Disney or Universal. It's really neat. But to actually meet people and to just really talk to, it was just, honestly, it was just the coolest experience to really hear, I don't know, how we are a part of her life every day.
Yeah. And
I just thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
And thank you to other people that make us a part of their daily lives. If you're watching this and this is, you made this a part of your day, and I just think that's really amazing because there are so many other things you could be doing.
Right.
It's just really neat to think instead of watching that other show, or instead of, I don't know, watching Days of Our Lives, you chose to watch this video, and I think that's amazing, and it'll never not amaze me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think mine was meeting Roy outside of King Kong.
Oh yeah, we met Roy outside of King Kong. That's right. Yeah. David says, the fifth gate is going to be a villain's theme. Describe 2 rides, and what would the icon of the park be?
Oh, the icon. Who's the most famous villain?
The most famous villain? I don't know. That's hard. I think it would have to be the
evil queen, right?
Yeah, right? Or the stepmother? Evil queen?
Evil queen.
Evil queen? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
okay, so there's I guess that would not be the icon, that would just be a character. What would be the icon? Maleficent's castle, tower?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think for me, the icon would be Sleeping Beauty Castle when it's covered in thorns.
Oh yeah, that's good.
That would be my icon.
That's good.
Right?
I've got a ride.
Okay, what?
So, the scene in The Lion King when he's like, help me, brother.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Scar pushes him off and then he gets trampled. That's a roller coaster. You come up the hill and then you see Scar at the top and he says something, and then you go down the first drop, and then there's you're going in between gnu's or water buffalo, or this is the same thing, right?
That was such a sad part.
I know, well, it's villains. There's nothing's going to be happy about this park.
I think that would be a good one, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think for me, I would do
Honey, I Shrunk You Into a Poor Unfortunate Soul.
or maybe the part of Beauty and the Beast where they're it could be a drop ride.
Oh yeah.
Where you're the angry villagers are coming and you're fighting with the beast and you're all over the castle, and then it's a free fall drop ride.
I like that.
I don't know. That's a tough question.
I like it.
What do you guys think? Leave us a comment down below with some of your ideas, because I'm actually really curious now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff asks, what are some of your favorite non-vlogging related phone/tablet apps? I love Trivia HQ.
We just got hooked on it 3 days ago. Yeah. And we realized that we don't really know anything. Right?
The prize last night was $10,000 or $15,000, and we got out on the 4th question.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh.
It kind of makes you feel like you're not super smart.
But that's okay, because I want to keep trying.
Oh yeah. It definitely is exciting. So yeah. I think my favorite app would have to be, because I'm a 90-year-old woman, would be the Solitaire app. I play Solitaire all the time.
Oh, that's so funny.
And Bejeweled. I love Bejeweled. So those are my Those are mine.
Those are our
Well,
apps.
and we've been using Duolingo too, just for fun, because it's like, just to keep your mind nimble, I feel like.
Yeah.
Like, you just always kind of learning new things, I think is good.
Yeah.
So, some apps for you.
There you go.
All right, and so we are on the very last question, and it comes from our friend Sean. Sean says, you are trapped in a burning room.
Oh.
Batman will save you, but it has to be one. Who do you choose?
Ooh.
I thought we had to choose like which one of us gets to be saved.
Oh no, you have to pick your Batman.
I was like, well, this is a really terrible question. Okay, so you have to pick your Batman. West, Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Bale, or Affleck.
Which was the one from Batman Forever?
Was that Keaton? No, Batman Forever.
That was George Clooney.
Was it?
Right?
Well, he was also a doctor in ER, so I feel like he could really save you.
Well, here's my thought process, right? Like, he has to fight Mr. Freeze.
Right.
Right? Maybe he has something that he knows how to do the opposite of that. Or like maybe he has Mr. Freeze's gun and he can put out the fire.
Yeah, does Batman have like a water gun?
I mean, I'm sure he does, right? Well, there's a question, is the Adam West Batman definitely does. Because he has like everything.
I pick Adam West then.
Okay, but he's I don't know, I feel like he's not as strong on crime as the other Batman. Right? Like he does a lot of like whack as opposed to like, I'll get you.
Well, what are these other Batman fighting the fire? Like, are they like punching the fire out?
Batman just doesn't go to fires. There's a reason that Batman's there. He's got, like, the Joker lit a fire. Okay. So he's got to fight off the Joker, too. Not only does he have to put out the fire,
I think you're thinking really, really far into this.
We're going to make a Batman movie.
All right, Sean, you heard it here first. We're making a Batman movie, so get ready. Yeah. Get your scripts ready.
And I'll get the Batman fidget spinner that we saw at Target that one time.
Oh, yeah. But I pick Adam West. Who do you pick?
All right, yeah, no, I think I pick, it's Kilmer.
Okay.
There it is.
There you go.
That's my final answer for no reason whatsoever other than that it's Val Kilmer.
So that has been our tracker Q&A. Hopefully you guys got a little bit like new info from this one. We do appreciate everybody sending in questions. We're sorry if we didn't get to answer your question.
Thank you guys so much.
But we do, yes, we really do appreciate you guys taking the time. So if you would like to see any of the older Q&A videos, I will link a playlist down below so that you guys can check those out. And
one last thing, if anybody's wondering about our camera equipment, because we get that question kind of a lot, there's always a list down in the description down below. But
I'll also link the video too, because we did a whole video about our camera gear and our editing stuff, and I'll link that as well, so if you want to see that. Yeah. But yeah. So, with that being said, we are off. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And now it's time to pay the price.